Any soft drink? Any soft drink. Any drink.
Yeah, what drink would you be if you were a drink?
Shit, dude. I guess we gotta take another quiz.
Personality quiz.
Highwind, your bike is off, homie.
He's not.
Wait, who's that, dude? Who are you talking about?
Shut the fuck. Shut the fuck up.
I'm talking about this on Teeny's stream, dude.
Oh yeah.
I would say Big Red.
Big Red. Wow, that's a good one. Why would you be Big Red?
My mom would drink you up so fast.
Oh God.
That sounds dirty.
I know.
I need an adult.
Why would I be a Big Red? Because it's hella cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
Okay.
And it packs a fucking punch.
Wait, is Big Red cinnamon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. If I was
You can taste it more if you have the actual Big Red gum, just so you know.
If I was a soft drink, I think I would be a Dr. Pepper. And
I knew you were gonna fucking say that.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just, again, it's just I love Dr. Pepper. I mean, maybe it's just because, you know, I hail people with the magic of flavor.
With the magic of flavor, you never know what you're gonna get. 23 flavors.
Exactly.
There's 23, so you never know which flavor
all 23.
you're gonna get that.
All 23 flavors, and it's gonna help everybody. The doctor
If
is
you
in.
want. It's fair enough.
I would say
All right,
a cold IBC cream soda in a bottle.
What's with people in Portland loving root beer?
Cream soda,
I like
not
root
root beer.
I like root beer. I like cream soda. I mean, I like every drink. So, I mean, there are a few that are like kind of sus, but for me, since you already have the Dr. Pepper and we already have, you know, Big Red, which goes great with barbacoa tacos. If you didn't know, by the way.
Stop.
Sorry. I'm gonna go Mexican Coke in the glass bottle.
Classic.
The Clásico Mexico Coca-Cola.
Nice.
Cocaine.
Like, you got
it.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
Cocaine.
it's very much implied. Yes.
Cocaine. Gotcha.
See. That'll get you up and at it, and you'll enjoy your day. Like, there ain't nothing better. Lucas, what about you, buddy?
Water.
Boo. We said soft drink.
Keep it simple. I like it. Yeah, no, I started off with soft drink, but then I kind of
started off with soft drink.
Yeah,
but
I kind of.
he changed it to a drink in general. I'd go water. Let's just be simple.
Okay.
Plain water.
All right. Is it true that every water tastes different, or am I just crazy?
Yes,
it does.
Thank you. Because somebody was like, "Water tastes like water." It's like, no, there's different flavors of water if you drink like.
In the valley, there's a Watermill Express. Like that shit, it tastes delicious. It's crisp. It's great. And then my grandparents would go get it from somewhere else. It's like, what the fuck is this? This should taste horrible. This ain't water. So, yeah.
You know what water reminds me of for absolutely no reason at all?
What is that, Connor? I mean, Craigor.
Literally.
I mean, I could think of things like caves, maybe. like kind
It
of
reminds me.
Yeah, kind of a cave.
This place where Arcados was.
Oof.
Oh.
Well played, sir. Well played.
That water was absolutely disgusting after the Demogorgon was there. Just saying. It came in with nastiness and, you know, ruined the water for everybody.
Well, yeah, the transition was totally shot. But guys, welcome to episode 15 of Heathens and Heroes. I am your host, Connor Coates, aka Craigor Theron, and thank you for joining us on this journey. That is Heathens and Heroes, a podcast where 5 friends get together and play Dungeons and Dragons as well as they know how to, which isn't very well. Aside from our wonderful Dungeon Master, Matt.
Hello.
Your 4 heroes, Ramus, Troy, Nandor, Mr. Esteban.
I hate it here.
Einar,
We know.
Lucas,
What's up?
And Kragor and myself are on a treacherous journey through the Underdark, and the journey has not been an easy one. Will our heroes escape with their lives, or will the heathens of the Underdark devour their souls? I will now pass it to our Dungeon Master, Matt, to begin the next chapter of Heathens and Heroes. Matt?
Well, to get caught up, last time in the Underdark, our adventurers, along with their two companions, Ront the Orc and Eldith the Dwarf, had made their way through the caverns to a small maze of caverns where they found a set of gnolls and a half-elf who was tied up. After freeing the half-elf, they discovered there were more gnolls inside, quickly went through the caverns, getting attention, collapsing tunnels, catching gnolls in giant globules of basically glue. They cleared out the cavern and had a moment to speak with this figure who named himself as Einar, along with his companion owl that he had with him as well. He did inform the rest that there were some creatures they were hunting within these caverns, and so after a bit of looting and a bit of looking, they found themselves face to face with a pair of hook horrors. They fought them in some very tight quarters, and also down into the nest through which they were protecting. After killing them and Kragor, getting his revenge after almost being flayed apart by them, he also found a rock-like egg of one of these creatures. So, collecting his reward and Ramos going through and collecting a bit of still usable plating off of their bodies, he and they all retreated to the largest opening in this little complex. Nandor setting up a small hut for everybody to rest, as it was a good day done. So Ramos stayed up over the night, not taking any exhaustion, but also working on the beginnings of his own, basically chitin heavy armor that he were about halfway through now. Ramos still needing the other half, but as you worked, nothing seemed to impede on y'all throughout the evening, or what passes in the evening in these constantly dark tunnels. And you are now arriving at the morning, with Ramos, you still being the only one awake, having stayed up through the night, and everyone else slowly but surely coming to rise within the safety of Nandor's tiny hut. What would y'all like to do?
I'll slowly start waking everybody up.
My long rest.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you guys should really do that.
Step 1, actually activate the sleep function.
I mean, some heals are good.
I agree with that.
Well, waking up, I guess I will just kind of get up, stretch. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How are you feeling?
Is that new armor? That looks great.
Thanks, bud. It's not completely done yet, but it's getting there.
So is the tiny hut still up or no?
We will absolutely get you the rest of the chitin you need. Don't worry.
It's probably within the last 10 minutes or so.
Okay, I'm just gonna disperse it. Just that way you could actually talk to Ramos and not sound muffled.
I can hear him through the little window.
He came in to wake us up. He said he was waking us up. So we're just paused, so none of us can move.
Whoa, where did Matt go?
Matt, you alive, bud?
Uh-oh.
You didn't see anything.
I I hit spacebar, and apparently that stops the video on Discord if I'm not selected on Foundry. So
That's all good.
Quick, he's
Hey,
calling everybody. I'm just kidding.
Good morning, everybody. Who wants a morning hug? Who wants a morning hug, guys? I think Nandor. No, you know what? Never mind.
No.
I forgot. I'm still mad at you.
Bring it in. Bring it in, buddy.
Yeah, we got you, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much.
After we
there you
survived
go.
that just attack we almost had there. Eldon,
How are those
you guys
wounds? And
doing
I
all right?
start like poking him in the spots where he got like cut up the day before.
Or he almost died.
Eldith, as you are kind of waking up, you can see she is actually like somehow moved over here throughout the night and is like slowly rising up and just like, oh yeah, it was nice and warm last night. It was good. I think I'm well rested. What's going on now? Wait, I think I saw some hugs. Come here, give me that.
Come here.
Yeah, give her a hug. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that.
All right, guys, we're gonna
Ron's,
surprise Nandor. We're gonna surprise Nandor and give him a big group hug.
Do you do that?
I think that is a wonderful idea.
Too bad. You don't even know it's coming. You don't know it's coming. You don't know it's coming.
Do I notice?
No,
Can I roll?
No, you don't.
Can I
No,
roll?
you don't. No, you don't.
Can I roll?
We're all surrounding you. You can't do it.
I
You don't know.
I just slowly make my way over here behind Nandor. We're cutting off his escape route there.
Nandor, I'm sorry, with your passive perception of a 9.
Get over here.
You've got like the morning crust in the eyes, and one eye is kind of stuck together, and you're just like,
Now, everyone. And then we all just give him a big
Jump on him. Yep. Just a big group hug.
Can I-
Squeezing Nandor
Eldith
right
goes
in the
straight
middle
for
of
the
it.
knees.
Can I be the closest one?
You can.
You were pretty much right there, yeah.
And while I'm squeezed up against Nandor, I kind of whisper in his ear and I say, "I know you love my waffles. It's okay."
Son of a bitch.
I'm just gonna slither out.
No, Ron's got you, man. You can't. He's just gonna tackle you and then grab you back.
Ront is not taking part in any of this shit.
Yeah, he is.
He's like sitting back like,
Come on, Ron, let's go.
I'm gonna slither away.
So after, a few moments and minutes of wiggling and, squeezing and extricating yourself, you finally break free of this group hug that has been initiated here. And yeah, Ron just kind of looks on. It's just like, odd people.
I go by him and I just hit him on the arm and say, "You'll come around, buddy. It's okay."
I will not hug you.
After all we've been through, Ron, it'll come.
Will you hug me, Rod?
No.
Fair enough.
I get it. New guy hugs. Come on, bring it in, big
All
guy.
right. I like you, Elmo. You're
He's
great.
kind of got like Ron's kind of got like his sword part way out, and he's just like using it as a bar now. And between him and everybody else, just like, nope. I'm gonna go and make sure that nothing else is snuck in or around and is trying to feed on the carcasses. I'll be back. And he just kind of starts.
Come on, Ron.
I'm following Ron. Before
Hugs
I go,
with
I'm gonna
me.
toss the axe to Ramos.
Wait, what?
The
Before you
axe
go.
that I have. I'm tossing you the axe that I got.
You got an axe? When did
Of
you
the
get an axe?
glaive.
The glaive. Yeah, sorry, the glaive.
I was like, when did you get it?
Well, anyways, yeah, I gave it to him. It's not in my inventory, but if I have it, I remember. I remember that.
For sure. I'll add it now.
Thanks.
All right. So, Ront and Nandor, you two take a little walk around the caverns, and he kind of walks by where you collapsed it earlier with your, arcane magics, and you just kind of give it a little once over, and it's just like, I feel like we should be doing this everywhere we go. I hate these caves.
Just collapse everything? Is that what you're saying?
Everything behind us, just one less thing to worry about. And
Not being followed. I understand.
I hate this place.
Well, soon enough, we'll get out of here.
And
the
rest of you?
Krigor,
Yeah. What's up, Ino?
come on, man. You promised waffles. Ripple bark
Oh
waffles.
my gosh. The audacity of myself. You know what, sir? Let me see what I can do. I will whip you up the greatest ripple bark waffles you've ever had in your life.
I am looking forward to this.
Now, I do have to make them cold. I hope you like cold ripple bark waffles. Is that okay?
Why do you have to make them cold?
Or wait, do we have a fire right now?
Not lit.
I conjure a ball of flame in my hands.
Wow, that is a great trick. Can you just do that for about 30 minutes while I cook these waffles?
Absolutely, buddy.
Thank you.
I just hold my hand out.
Now, the trick to ripple bark waffles, Elmo, is that you need to you need to slowly rotate it while it's cooking. If you don't do it just right, it can turn out kind of rubbery. And I feel like that's why Nandor didn't like it last time, because to be honest, I wasn't rotating them. It's a whole thing. But yeah, so just let me do this for it. I continue cooking the waffles, so until they're done. Okay.
Do you need some like something to cook them in?
Nope.
Oh, wow, great. All right. I'm just gonna keep the firebolt going in my hand. Just
Easy enough to do, for sure. And you know what? With it right at the just perfect poise, instead of him having to crouch over a small campfire of broken crossbow bolts, he, sticks a few waffles that he kind of presses into the shape of waffles, and holds it on a dagger that he just kind of rotates all comfortably, having a nice conversation. And you make a really nice, well cooked through, seasoned with what little bits you can get here and there, but
the seasoning is
good.
rocks.
Okay.
Now, the thing about this, right? You grind the rocks up into just a fine season, Enron, and what you do is, you just sprinkle that little bit of seasoning on it. It makes this very nice minerally taste that mixes well with the ripple. Oh, just try it. Just try it. You'll love it.
Okay. All right. I will totally give them a try.
So what are we doing while they're doing that?
So y'all are taking a quick look about. So give me a survival with advantage, Nandor.
Survival with advantage. Are you sure you don't want to do that?
I mean, it won't be much better, but sure.
No.
See, that's not bad. That's not bad. He's got a +0 to his modifier, so it's
better than -1.
Details. But y'all look through and around, and you go by the entranceway to which y'all had found this area as well, and it looks like the corpses are all still there of the gnolls that you had seen before, and that you had all kind of gathered up and moved overnight to put them into a little spot. And you look back over kind of where the hook horrors were, and there doesn't really seem to be anything there. And just for safe measure, you kind of take a step out of the entranceway that you had come before, kind of taking a few steps up and down the hallways of the caverns, just to really make sure because you're like, I don't know if we want to go back into that group hug sort of atmosphere that we were just in. We're procrastinating. So as you're kind of looking about, you can see that outside of this cavern, kind of close to where you had stashed all of the gnoll bodies, there look to be a few slither marks that are on the ground, and you do kind of follow them a little bit and notice that one of the bodies looks like it had been partially eaten at some point overnight, but currently no sign of whatever had left the marks.
Okay. Well. Hey, Ron, do you think we should go get the others about this, or should we just go on ahead?
Kind of looks over it, looks at you. I see nothing. I'm not worried.
All right.
So you all head back in as, Kregor finishes up his batch of Ripplebark waffles for everyone.
Thank you,
thank you.
thank you for holding that flame. I know I said 30 minutes, and I appreciate you doing it for another 30 minutes so I can cook everyone a waffle there, Igor. That's really nice of you.
No problem, no problem. Glad to help.
Oh God, I just
thought
can't
his
wait
name
for
was
them to
Elmo.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
I thought his name was Elmo.
What? Ripplebark waffles, everybody. Come get them while they're hot.
All right, I'm gonna use precipitation to make his taste like shit.
That's just mean.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to make his taste normal.
Oh, battle of the
Stealth.
precipitation.
Hold on.
Nah,
Sleight of hand.
You already called it. Already called it. Can't take it back. Nope.
If you're not sleight of handing it, I'm not sleight of handing it.
No, I am. That's the thing.
Okay, then roll it.
All right.
Yeah, that would be above your passive, Einar. So
That's fair.
Were you making his taste like shit or mine taste
No,
like
yours.
shit? Oh,
Yours.
okay. Well,
Kregor.
that's okay, because I was gonna give it to Eldith actually. I already had plenty, so.
No, she had already had hers before. Remember, you're the last one that eats.
No, I don't recall that.
I'll have it if you don't want it.
There you go. Thank you, Ramos.
This one isn't as good as the other, but it's all right.
kind of reminds you
I have
Ramos
to
of
say,
your
Kregor,
old school MREs.
that was really impressive. I am genuinely impressed. I had no idea you could do that kind of amazing culinary work with Ripplebark.
Wow, Edith, that's the greatest compliment I've ever had in my life. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. Yes. Yes, Ramos, yes.
Did you have any chefing experience?
Not at all.
Okay. Good job.
I learned how to cook all on our journey with you, my friends, and it's been an honor.
You're doing a good job. Good job.
Thank you.
A lot of room for improvement, but you're doing a good job.
There's always room for improvement, Ramos, and I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right. So with
Okay, who wants some beer?
It's been a while since I've had some from my land. Do you have any on you? Any?
Well, as it just so happens. No, I just have wine and whiskey. But, whiskey works.
Whiskey
I pull out
works.
a bottle of whiskey. Take a swig of it and hand it off to Ramos.
Anyone else?
Eldith is like, oh, yes. I could definitely use it to wash down a little bit of gravel that's stuck back there. And she continues to pass the drink as well. And
Nandor, Ront, whiskey.
Are you gonna
Ron
make a
kinda-
composition saving throw? Or no? That's my question. I'm good. Oh wait, this is the beginning of the day. We're in a cave where things are trying to kill us. Let's
Well,
Nandor,
all right. At least hydrate with some water, and I offer him the flask that gives water.
cool. I'll take that.
I'm trying to quit, so thanks though.
Ront also, kind of lifts his hand and is just like, same reasons as him. But y'all, hydrate a bit, kind of pouring some of that water orb into, or that endless canteen that Einar seems to have into a few of the water orbs that you've collected, as they hold enough water that it gives some of y'all some to hold some as well. You also drink your fill, drink a little bit of whiskey. Some of you, if not most, munch down the remainder of the ripple bark, and the rest of the day is yours. So, I imagine now, who would like to take the lead, or plans? What is yours? As I don't believe Einar has an idea of what y'all are doing yet either.
Well, Einar will lead them to town if he knows the way. But I have no idea if he knows the way from here. I imagine not. So, once he recognizes where they are, of course, he'll take the lead.
Do you know the way?
Not from here, but I promise you, as soon as I recognize one of the many fine landmarks down here in the Underdark, I will let you know.
We'll take it. But for now, do you have any more of that whiskey?
Oh, of course. I'll offer him the bottle of whiskey.
Thanks. It's been a minute.
All right. So then, as y'all begin your way heading out and everything, what marching order would you like to take through these tunnels?
I put Eldith up front. Eldith up front. Einar next to her. Then Ramos, Kragor, Ron, and I'll be in the back.
Einar is going to ask Ramos to switch places with him. Could you be more towards the front of the group and I be more towards the middle of the group? More of a shoot things at range with exploding things and less of a get squishy by other things thing guy.
I can do that.
You have such a way with words, Elmo. I really do appreciate it.
When you come down into the Underdark, you don't know the language, people are kind of talking past you. You start to pick things up. You have to have a certain flair for how you word things,
Flare it up, my friend. Flare it up. You are selling that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So I'm going to have Eldith go ahead and roll her survival since she is leading y'all at the moment. Try to keep y'all out of danger and all of that good fun bits. All right. So Eldith kind of takes the lead and she looks back at you, Ramos, and is just kind of like, all right, you watch my back. I'm going to keep my eyes to the ground to make sure, we don't come across any tracks or any terrible biz.
You got it. Wait, and she's like short enough to where I just like clearly see over her, right? So
Yep. Yeah, she's about, like 4 to 4.5 feet tall. So
Oh yeah.
Christ.
All right. So she takes the lead, kind of keeping an eye out for anything dangerous ahead of y'all, and you all begin your journeys through the day. Um, and as you travel, the caverns through which you travel are fairly winding at this point. You find yourself having to make a lot of curves, turns, and occasional rises and dips in the ground as well. And for some of you, it kind of reminds you of the lower hills and hill country forests that you've traveled through back on the surface, just much more contained than what you're used to. You can hear a few sounds of bats and other insects and other creatures in the Underdark, and it is a surprising comfort as before and after your experience on the Dark Lake, there was an eerie and foreboding silence to the caverns that seemed to travel with you. But now, as you travel, everything sounds a little bit more natural, a little bit more calming, and you find yourselves going at an easy pace with a semi-familiar, what is the word I'm looking for? Just sense to it. Even if it is with a new companion, you are at least have found your rhythm here in the Underdark in your travels. And so you all travel through the day. Is there anything y'all would like to do during the day as you travel?
Gonna check on Dawn, see if she's almost gone back to regular Dawn rather than BB Dagger.
I'm in I'm in such a happy mood because I know that a lot of people liked my waffles. I'm just gonna hum a tune while we're walking the whole time. Just really kind of jaunty to like
All right, all right. And as you hum and as you kind of trail a little bit, Nandor, and look down at the hilt, you can feel the mental connection with Dawn as she responds to you. I am feeling a bit better. Uh, Still not quite at my full strength, but stronger. Very soon I will be back to which the glory in which you found me.
Awesome.
But she is pretty much a short sword at the moment.
But
And she doesn't have as much range for her actual daylight, but she does produce daylight right now.
cool. Then actually no, not yet.
All right, all right. So, y'all travel throughout the day, and it's about 4 to 6 hours that you travel, and it is a monotonous speed. I'm sure small bits of small talk are kind of brought up here and there. Uh, Einar's name is mispronounced multiple times throughout the day. And as you continue to travel towards the end of the 5th hour, as you're getting to the 6 hour mark, Eldith kind of raises up a hand towards you, Ramas, since you're, closest to, and says, I'm seeing a set of tracks coming up as you are all kind of arriving at this intersection of hallways, and she looks back at you and goes, looks to be single set, human or humanoid, I'm guessing. Uh, Definitely has more of, I would say, Kragor or her new friend Einar's kind of feet, not quite as big as big boy Ront back there.
Can you tell how long they've been here?
Unfortunately, since there's not much to disturb the passage down here, it's really hard to gauge if it's been near or far. But I'd guess at least within the last day or two.
We should be very careful, be very cautious. Keep your eyes on the ground. I'll keep my eyes in the sky here, and I'll let the guys know behind us. And I proceed to tell the guys.
Okay.
Noted. We will keep our eyes open.
All right.
Also,
So then,
the owl flits off of my shoulder and lands on Eldith's shoulder.
she kind of spooks at it for a moment, looks up at it, kind of glares at it for an eye contest for like a good 30 seconds, then nods and scratches its chest and keeps going.
It nuzzles into her a little bit and then just perks up and keeps watch on her shoulder.
All right.
Even with the owl there, still Ramos can see right over the top of them.
Interesting owl you have here. I like his feathers.
Nah, thank you. Thank you. I mean, you can talk to him directly.
I
Pay him compliments. You know.
Never mind.
Can I give it a little pet behind? Say, you're a pretty bird. You're a pretty owl. You know,
Yeah, its head rotates around and it's like,
I like you.
So, you all continue on for about another half hour to an hour with Eldith leading, keeping her eyes on the ground for any other sets of tracks that might lead to an ambush or some other sort of encounter. As she does, since Ramos, you're keeping an eye literally above her. Can you go ahead and roll me a perception? Solid. So you're kind of keeping an eye up ahead as she keeps her eyes a little bit more down directly ahead of y'all. And as you're walking, you can see about, hard to gauge, maybe 100, 200 feet ahead of y'all. There is a opening in the cavern that you're in, where this hallway ends and it opens into a larger passageway. And you can see what looks to be look like a faint bit of light that is coming to the right of the opening, and it looks like it's being hit up against something and kind of getting that those different rays, like there's something in the way of its direct path. So you're getting all the shadows and different angles.
Everyone, let's take it slow. There could be somebody up ahead. We don't want to give away our position.
Maybe I'll scout ahead a little bit, kind of like we always do. What do you guys think about that?
Sounds good.
All right, let me try to get into the shadows here.
Solid
Nice.
tonight, man. Look at y'all go. All right.
We should play on Saturdays more.
It's the vibe, man.
It's the freaking weekend, boy.
Hey.
So you go ahead then and make your way ahead of everybody else, gaining a good 30, 40 feet to get, some good distance between y'all. And you then sort of, sneak and just melt into the shadows of the wall as you creep closer towards that cavern opening. And as you get closer, you can see that it kind of throws you off because it looks like there's this campfire just out of sight right now as you approach. And as you approach and the images begin to take shape, you feel like you're looking at a forest, but this is the furthest place you would expect to find a forest. But you're seeing the larger, thicker stalks or trunks of trees, the occasional smaller ones as well. And as you get to the edge of the opening, you can see that as you look up, each of these trunks are capped with different sized, shaped, and colored mushrooms, as it seems to be some sort of mushroom forest that you found. And as you look towards the right, you can see that uh, the source of that glow are some mushrooms along a wall that seem to glow brightly as well, kind of giving this little torchlight. And I would like you to make a perception for me as you kind of look a little bit further into the forest to see what you can see. All right. So you kind of take a look out, and it's hard to tell, but just kind of with so much differently shaped trees of mushroom in your way. But as you're looking out, some distance ahead of you, kind of where the light of the glowing mushrooms to your right ends, you see something that you think for a moment is like the swaying of trees, but then you notice there are a few that are swaying. There seems to be a few figures in this room. You're not sure who, you're not sure what, but somewhere deeper in there, there is someone, few someones. So you make your way back to the group, which is probably about 50 feet back from the cavern entrance itself, to relay what you've seen.
Okay. And yeah, kind of back out quietly, and I just relay it to them. Everything you said verbatim, pretty much. I have a bad feeling about where we're going. Not 100% negative, but I mean, it's just something's off about this forest that we're walking into, guys.
Well, I think this is the only way that we could go. So
This is the only way.
Just be cautious. That's all I say.
Kragor, ready your knife.
That is a good
Nandor,
idea.
ready your weapons.
I don't think you want me to do that. It kind of gives us away, but
We don't know what we're dealing with.
all right, fucking spin Dawn and turn her on.
I was gonna say the other weapons you have, like I don't know, the staff.
You didn't specify.
We're being sneaky. You would think you'd common sense, bro. Come on.
Nah.
All right, well, fuck it. Since we're going down, all right, here we go.
Okay, hold on.
Clave.
Hold on. Nandor, you're a smart guy, right?
Apparently not.
I mean, no, Ramus. Calm down. Nandor, you're a smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, obviously we're trying to, not let everybody know that we're coming. So could you, maybe pull out a weapon that doesn't shine like a torch? Maybe something that shines like steel?
I don't have any of those. I'm sorry.
How about something that shines like wood?
How about nothing that shines at all?
Like, that you would think that that's possible, but most things shine. I'm just telling you, most things shine.
You have a staff, and you also have
I
the
don't have a
other
staff.
two thing. Yeah, you have whatever her name was, staff, the tentacle staff.
I'll take off the wand.
Okay. See now, look, we talked it out. We solved the problem. There didn't need to be harsh words. There didn't need to be any sort of like anger or like malice behind our threats towards each other. We just worked it out.
But this is fun, though.
There's fun, and then there's just being an asshole. And sometimes you can just think that you're having fun, but it comes across as you're being an asshole. And then people get mad, and then people start storming off in different directions, and then they set off traps, and then you have to go and save them. And wouldn't you know it, that they got their leg cut off by something. And sorry, I'm getting too deep into this narrative, but you get what I mean.
Continue. I want to hear this story. I know.
Look, all I'm saying is when your leg gets cut off, the first thing you do is scream, and I get that, but once help gets there, you could stop screaming so you don't bring the rest of everything that's going to cut legs off over by you. I mean, like, it's just one of those things that you just don't have to go that far. But and then somebody puts something in your mouth to try and gag you, and then you tear it out so you can keep screaming, and it's like, come on!
Eldith kind of like stares up at you, reaches out and just kind of like pats your back a little bit. It's just like, come on, Einar, we don't have to go down memory lane. I feel like some things happened with you. Just come on.
I'm gonna like quickly like go up to who lost their leg. We'll talk later.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Anyway, back to sneaking.
Dun 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 dun.
So, Gregor will still use your stealth, but the rest of y'all, I would like you to roll me a stealth check.
Oh god. I am not a good roll here.
How does Eldith have a +6?
Because she's short.
Fuck.
She's tiny.
So luckily, Ramos, everybody else's rolls helped, balance out your natural one. So you're okay there.
I stubbed my toe and I yelled really loud. Right?
As you go to yell, Gregor is just kind of like hand out over the mouth, just like.
Shh.
Trying to say sorry, but like muffled. Sorry.
Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no.
So, you all make your way towards the fungal cavern then, quietly together, where farther up ahead, Gregor, you had seen almost directly ahead of y'all the multiple figures that were there, but each of y'all now hidden, taking advantage of the distance from the glowing mushrooms on the right and kind of skirting along, begin to make your way into this cavern. Each of y'all, as you kind of enter with Gregor pointing in the direction of where he had seen these figures, can also see the silhouettes of what looks to be 5 or so figures who seem to be in the middle of this cavern talking. What would you like to do?
I would like to, if I can, walk a little bit more closer to this particular mushroom and try to hide behind the stalk while trying to peek around the corner, see if I can get a better look at who exactly we're dealing with.
Okay. And the rest of y'all?
So we just see shapes, right? We don't actually see what.
Yeah, you can't tell the races or anything from this distance because none of them are using any light source, so they are all kind of hidden in the deeper shadows of the mushroom forest.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna come over here around this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to waddle myself behind this one.
I'm gonna stay back here by Ramos, and I'm going to send Shit for Brains forward.
All right. Are you sending him to Gregor or kind of just somewhere on a perch over there?
Like on a perch over there, and I'm gonna use my ability to see through his eyes.
Okay. So your shit for brains owl flies over to a nearby mushroom stalk, kind of landing on the cap up top, and you briefly fade into the owl. Do your eyes change color or anything as you do? Or any sort of change on you?
Yeah, they kind of start to glow a little red.
Okay. So, Ramos, as you're there and you kind of reach a hand back towards Einar, since you're right in front of him, you look over your shoulder at him and you can see that his eyes have gone from the normal color to this now almost faintly glowing red. And as you're looking through, Einar, you can see there are 6 figures gathered around a river over here who are discussing something. 5 of them who all seem to be kind of in a semicircle over here are all dressed in these faded deep red robes that are trimmed in gold, but there are a variety of races. You see one scaled troglodyte with the almost lizard-like face that comes forward, horns kind of protruding from the head. You see a tall, thin, reedy mind flayer that is there kind of standing straight back at the shores of a small river, seemingly at peace with the others, not making any moves. Its faint tentacles moving, sitting within the river itself. There's a scaled Kuatoa that has a staff across his lap and has the head bowed. And on the far shore, you see a what looks to be like an orc, except his build is a little bit larger than Ront's, as well as he has what looks to be scarring along one side of his neck and his face of maybe tattoos that have been marked out by himself. And then last, there is a small Darrow, similar to what the prisoners had seen in Bupido. A small, hunched, gray skinned man with white hair, and they all seem to be talking to a figure who has a hood over the head and is kind of in this sort of deep conversation. And you can hear one of them, the Darrow from the far side, speaking up to him and go, "Ah, yes, we have heard of these ruins in our travels. They are a bit further on." And as he's speaking and you kind of get into place, Kragor, this is where you can hear as well, uh, as they're talking. And he goes, "But the way there and the things you may encounter are dangerous. So to do so alone could be perilous." And you see the hooded. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say, as this is all being described, and I'm seeing this through the owl, I will whisper all of this information to Ramos, and I will tell him what's being said and what I'm hearing.
All right, all right. So, Kain, if you'd like, you can say your response. As this is the figures that you see.
Figures, huh? Well, well, well. I guess I'll have to be a bit more careful.
The orc who's there on the side kind of looks you over a little bit and goes, "If you've traveled this far down here, then I imagine you can handle your own. But things in there are designed to trap people."
Well, I have to do what I have to do. And if I have to do it alone, so be it.
as you're there, and you say this, you are stopped along with the rest of them in this group as you hear directly into your mind. So the rest of y'all do not hear this, but the Mind Flayer responds with, I believe we are being watched. There is something unnatural near. As his head kind of tilts slightly and one of the tentacles flicks in a direction, and you all look, you included Kain, to see up on top of one of the mushroom caps the faintly reflective red eyes of the owl that is watching y'all. And you, Einar, looking through its eyes, now can see all of their eyes look up towards your owl.
Its head just kind of goes upside down at them. I will withdraw my sight from it and let Ramos know they've seen shit for brains. Shocker.
That owl just can't stay out of trouble, can it?
While this is
That's
happening,
the reason I call him shit for brains.
I get it.
While they're noticing the owl and he's relaying that, I kind of move a little bit closer on the backside of this mushroom, just to kind of see if I can get an advantage on anything that might be going down here soon. I have a bad feeling about this.
All right. Easily enough to do. You know, making your way as they are all kind of distracted by the tilting owl, and as they're looking out, each of y'all kind of feel this brief presence on your brains as pretty much telepathic wave of thought is just sent outward. Let me go check. Yeah, reaching all of y'all. And with it, you know, it's not, you can tell it's not directed at any of y'all. It's just kind of pulsed outward. This, who goes there?
I'm just gonna kind of tuck. As soon as I hear that, I get a fright, and I just kind of bring myself all the way up to the stalk of the mushroom, and in my fright there, just to make sure nobody's seeing me.
I got this. I'm gonna step out.
What are you gonna do?
Just trust me.
You have me ready just in case.
Hello. Oh, hi, all of you. Hello.
They all just kind of stare at you, or at least these five.
My name's Einar. I just traveling from city to city. I think I don't know. I'm a little lost, honestly. You know how it goes. Anyway, didn't mean to disturb you or anything. Obviously you guys busy doing a thing here, you know, stuff and all that. So I was honestly going to keep going, but I noticed you and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like going to be like some ambush, bunch of people trying to kill me, something like that. You know how it goes.
As you kind of say that, the troglodyte tilts its head at you and leans in, narrowing its slitted eyes. It goes, speaking of ambush, are you alone out here?
Well, no. I have an owl. He's on.
Kind of looks up at it, and as he does so, you see there's this faint twitch to the Mind Flayer's tentacles, and then its whole body shifts and disappears. The others kind
Spell?
of look at him. Yes. It does. It did seem to be arcane
Counterspell.
in nature. All right. Let me see real quick. All right. So, how does the DC work again for counterspell?
If the spell it's casting is 3rd level or lower, it fails and has no effect. If it's
It is
4th level or
higher.
higher, DC equals 10 plus its level.
Okay. And does he roll the
It looks like
DC?
I roll it. Yeah, I roll ability check.
All right. So make me a spellcasting. So I'm guessing you use your spellcasting modifier ability check. All right. He still disappears.
Okay, give me 1 second.
As you reach out your hand and everything, and there's a brief flick of the wrist as you try and stop it, but his body continues and just vanishes.
Okay, that's rude. That's rude. All right? Like the whole like going invisible thing. I don't know where you're going. And also you eat brains. So that's rude. Just saying.
And while that happens, I see the mind flare disappear. I'm like, oh god, this is getting really bad. So I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to take this guy kind of by the back and just kind of hold him at knife, because right now things are about to go down. Yep, it's going down, guys.
All right. So, and are you just kind of trying to pull the hostage maneuver?
Just holding him hostage, yeah.
All right, then I
Dang
want
it.
you to
I didn't
roll me.
have my mic ready. I'm sorry. When he said it's going down, I was to say, I'm yelling timber.
I would like you to roll me an intimidation with advantage, Kregor, as you kind of pop up just all of a sudden in the water. All right, so you into the water, pull up the dagger next to him, and as you do, everyone kind of looks at you and turns and everything, and then they look back at Einar, and you hear a faint little bit of a chuckle from the Darrow that is over here on the side, as he's just like, invisible. That's classic. When was the last time Grazalax ate a brain? And you see the orc figure kind of turn and look at him, scratch his chin. Oh, I don't know. It's been a few years. I think he tried one not too long ago just to test it. He was sick for the next 2 days. It was hilarious. And then they all start kind of laughing, and you can even see the Kuatoas. They're just like, as he just kind of looks down at your knife, then look back up at you with this like wide, unblinking, just Kuatoan gaze.
Okay, as while he's laughing, I kind of pulled it closer. I'm like, hey, what's funny? What are you laughing at? That's not funny. Nothing's funny here. Okay? What's going on? There's some kind of coup that you got going on here? All right? You need what is this?
A coup, as you see the orc just kind of tilt his head slightly, and then he makes a motion over towards the human hooded figure who's kind of standing off on the side, just kind of watching this whole ordeal go down, I imagine.
At this point, I'm just gonna walk out.
Ooh, you say this is no coup, merely information gathering. Stir with a knife.
Hey, Arnar.
Are you friend or foe?
Hey, what's up, man? Don't mind my friend. He just thought this situation was about to be very, very tense. I don't know why.
Hey, to be fair, this situation is extremely tense right now. I'm tense.
I'm
Oh
pretty tense
gosh, I
myself.
thought I was the only one. Okay.
Calm
Now,
down.
how about we all put our weapons down and talk about this like gentlemen?
Tell
I'm
your.
gonna extend an arm out and be like, "Hi, I'm Nandor."
You first.
I'm gonna say I'll drop my knife if you tell your mind flayer friend to come out of the hiding.
He is neither friend nor foe to me, merely residents of this fungal forest. He probably sensed danger and decided to protect himself. He will return when the time is right, I presume.
Okay. Well then, I kind of slowly, reluctantly lower my blade, very slowly.
You said Nandor was your name,
Yes.
sir?
Yes.
I extend my hand out and I shake it and I say, Kain
Nice to meet you
Highwind.
again. Nandor Brelindor.
A rhyme. I enjoy that.
Einar Solum. Hi.
Did you say Einar? I heard Elmo, but Einar?
It's Einar. Yeah.
Pleasure.
Gregor is the
Power
one in the
bearer.
water over there, and he calls me Elmo sometimes. It's a thing. He's a little. You'll get used to it.
Thank you, Eggy, for the introduction. My name is Craigor.
You seem to be nervous a lot.
We haven't had much luck down here. I am Ramus.
Ramus, pleasure. Many apologies for your misfortunes. I assure you these men here, and myself, mean you no harm. We were merely having a conversation until we were caught by surprise.
We were walking and we caught on you by surprise. You can see how we are a little subject to nervousness around. We haven't come into many people who haven't tried to kill us on our journey.
Let's see. We were in prison. We escaped. We lost a friend to a Demogorgon.
As you say that, all of the members in robes just turn and look at you and stare at you hard. And then the troglodyte, the scaled one, kind of tilts his head a little bit forward and goes, "You say you saw the Lord of the Abyss."
By your people, yes, we did.
Not the Kuatoan.
No. Yes, we did. The Civil War happened, and then, lo and behold,
What
Demogorgon.
Civil War? Come, you must inform us of all of this.
We
Okay.
proceed to tell the story.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before all of this story time goes on, what happened to the other guy that was in the water? I really don't understand what happened to him.
They kind of look back to where Craigor is now standing and where the Mind Flayer was, and the Darrow kind of waves his hand a little bit and goes, "Ah, that was Grazalax. He, like each of us, is a member of the Society of Brilliance. We are here, Underdark citizens, to seek out information. He will not be returning anytime soon, and is probably now with another member of our council, as he did not go invisible as you insinuate, but rather teleported away to a safe place."
Teleport. Got it. Why didn't I think of that? Funny how all the magic just kind of starts weaving its way. By the way, at this point, my fingers are all black. If anybody was wondering, I can't keep forgetting to mention that. But yeah, all of my fingers are black skinned now. Yeah, I keep forgetting that whole thing. Oh, man. Do I know anything about these guys? Like a history check or arcana or anything?
You can give me a history. So you've heard them mentioned in a few texts as almost like a outreach, sort of like whenever they need your monastery or other places of knowledge need information about something in the Underdark, or just trying to update their knowledge of things in the Underdark. They will occasionally reach out to one of these members of the society who are a wide variety of races from the Underdark, who just seem to be intent on learning knowledge about creatures, magic, ruins, history. They are just sort of collectors of knowledge.
Okay. I have heard of you guys too. Man, the whole like collectors of knowledge thing, that's awesome. At some point or another, we gotta talk because I've got questions.
As do we. To give proper introductions, I am Y, the Darrow, and he makes a motion to the orc next to him and goes, "This here is Blurg. Our friend in the water there is Sloop, and our pleasurable scaled friend here is Skris the Curious. Now, with that out of the way, tell us what you can of this Demigorgon that you ran into, as
Hold on.
it may be imperative for our investigations."
Okay, before we continue, Sloop, do you know of a place called Sloobadoop?
Oh, it is a place of my people.
Well, funny enough, that's where we came across a Demogorgon.
People dicks.
What happened?
Do you want me to tell the entire story? Because I will.
There was a father, there was a daughter. It's like we just spiel through it like real quick.
I'd love to hear this story.
Yeah, come on, give us a recap, guys. Come on.
All right, Nick, you got it.
All right, so it all started back in episode 1. I mean, what? Not episode.
Let's start at the beginning.
We escaped the prison. We eventually found a friend named Arkidos in a tomb, and this is where we got Dawn. And then I, take Dawn out. From there, we kind of eventually killed the warden of the prison, and then a few Kurotoans came, got us because they needed help, because there was a civil war essentially happening between I forgot their names.
I just say the father and daughter, the priest and the.
No, not them. The two guys. The mother.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I say those two names, and then the daughter was basically a priestess of the father, and one of our companions bit her head off. But before he did, she said, she said something, and the Demogorgon came out, and then we lost that companion and our other friend. So now we're here. Yeah.
I lean over to Kain and I go, "This is the first time I've heard this story. It's pretty good."
Pretty riveting. Apologies for your loss.
It's fine. Cragor says that he's alive, but we don't believe him.
He's alive! I say that in the distance, like kind of yelling.
That is very interesting. We have been investigating this new phenomenon down here in the tunnels that we have dubbed Fair's Rest. It is a sort of mist that emits a glow, and it can interact and conjure strange magical effects when interacting with another. We believe this mist has been a byproduct of an abyssal plane breaching our own. And then the orc from the side goes, now, knowing what you have said, that there is truly an abyssal lord walking through these caverns, I believe an incursion is quite possible. We will have to go and inform the other cities, the other members as well. Have you seen any other demons in your travels?
Saw a giant worm.
That's a normal thing here.
I know.
Pleasant.
Still cool though.
No, not that I can think of. I mean, besides it kind of possessed or not possessed me. More like made me go a little bit insane, started saying shit, and then now it's kind of expunged. So, yeah.
You said something about mist. We have also encountered the mist in our travels. Is it coming from a specific area, or is it just radiating through these tunnels?
We have yet to find a source to this. It seems that whenever it begins to appear, it just begins to seep out of the rock itself, slowly filling the chamber. They do not seem to have any sort of intent or movement or coalition, so it has been hard pressed to find any sort of reasoning to it.
All right.
I'm sorry, just for my sake. Did you say the mist interacts with magic in some way?
Oh yeah. So, let me Einar. I use magic a lot. Shit happens. Like it's essentially makes it wild magic because random shit will just happen.
Okay. Shit happens. Yeah. I mean, a truer statement never has been said.
Yeah.
You have said this.
They should put that on a tunic.
I'm glad the nervous one is funny too.
Oh no, I'm dead serious. They should put that on a tunic.
Well then.
Anyways, Mr. Highwind.
Yes, Mr.
Hey.
Highwind is my father. Please call me Kain.
Kain Highwind. Okay. What do you have in mind? What can we help you with? What do you need?
Well, I am searching for a gem, a soul gem, if you will. It's for a fiend that's holding a young lady and her family hostage. You see this gem that I'm looking for? Contains the soul of a drow matron. And that drow matron had imprisoned herself in this soul gem to avoid a contract with the fiend. So now I'm down here in the fungal forest, looking at worms, looking at drippage from the ceiling, not enjoying myself, but looking for the soul gem. And I asked these fine gentlemen where would this soul gem be?
By chance, would it be Kaim by chance or no?
I am unsure of this.
Okay.
It could be.
We'll say in the tomb you didn't see anything that looked like a gem. So
Okay. Cool.
Kain, if you will have us, we can help
Yes.
you search.
I will have you as much as you want. You can stick with me.
Whoa. Mr. Kain, sir, we just met. And Eldith and I kind of have a thing going right now, but you're a handsome fella, and don't think that's a no.
she kind of pulls on your arm a little bit, Einar, and whispers up to you. Oh, if you want to add a third.
Oh my god.
You're in, Kain. Welcome to the party.
Pleasure is all mine, and will be yours as well.
I'm just gonna like nudge Einar and be like, "This guy's fucking handsome."
I know. Trust me. I noticed.
So as you all kind of exchange a look. The Kuatoan that is there stands and looks over to you, Kragor, for a moment, just to make sure that you don't have any sort of movement towards him as he makes a move, as you held the knife to him. But he then takes a look around and goes, if you'll excuse me, I must go and check on the remains of what was once my village. I appreciate these knowledges, but I must go.
Be safe.
You're excused.
He then takes a moment to mutter a few words, and you see his body also shift and then disappear.
So, why? You guys happen to use like rituals and stuff too?
There are some that we know that have been committed to the society so we may easier traverse the Underdark. But not all of us are necessarily casters. We just have a few that must be used amongst each other.
Well, hey, look, if they'd like to have a little sharing of knowledge, I happen to be a bit of a connoisseur of rituals, which is to say, I have a book that I write rituals in, and every now and again, if I can find another one, I'd really like to. So,
He kind of points out towards you and goes, then tell me, what ritual did that to you?
Oh, this thing with the fingers?
Yes.
Birth. Figure that one out.
Huh.
Kind of arches a brow and kind of looks at the others a little confused, and then sits underneath a tree, and you can see him like seriously just contemplating and like now just lost in thought.
Ha! Got him.
Troglodyte makes a motion towards all of y'all and then looks to you, Kain, and goes, well, it seems fortune favors us despite rocky starts. We must go and spread this information, but the place you go is dangerous, so I would advise maybe some new friends if they can be trusted. We hope to see you. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Troglodyte, for all your help.
Skris. And we hope to see you again to trade more information in the future.
Indeed.
I'm sorry. Could you just? I'm sorry. Was it Gris or Skris?
Skris.
Ah, God, thank you. I just missed the. Couldn't tell if it. It doesn't matter. Thank you, Skris. You're the best. You're the best. By the way, again, any rituals or hey, if Y ends up figuring out anything about this, please find me and let me know. That would be great because that's kind of why I'm here. So
I will keep a lookout for anything of your strange nature. So until then, Egi Elmo Einar Solum, stay well and take care of you and your friends. And then they all kind of take a step back, and Blurg and Skris begin to mutter as well before they too bamf out.
Thanks, Chris.
Skris. It was hard to tell because he had that kind of like lizardy like thing going, and so it was like I couldn't tell if it was Skris or if it was just Chris or if there was a g in there. It was hard to tell. Guys.
I liked Chris.
Kane, you know what I'm talking about, right? Kane?
Glad there wasn't any bloodshed.
Hold on, I need to clarify.
True.
I'm sorry, I need to clarify just for the show purpose. Is it King or Kain that I'm hearing? Because I keep going back and forth.
Kain.
Okay, that's what I thought. That seemed more... Yeah, okay, never mind.
Kain Highwind. So presumptuous. Hello, I'm the Lord.
I am Lord Highwind.
Parents had high expectations.
Kane's here. Where's the Undertaker?
Well, you're in the Underdark, so it's like halfway there.
It's halfway there.
Are you speaking about my brother, Undertaker Highwind?
I am. I've heard the tales of the brothers.
We don't speak about him. We are not on good terms.
Oh. Well.
My father, Paul Highwind, prefers him over me.
I relate to that so much. And now my brother's dead. Not by my hand.
Yikes.
That's another
Well,
story.
That's a touchy subject. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Another time.
You really don't want to get him started about his brother.
You really don't. Just.
He was
Hey,
a great
how was your
man.
day? How was your day?
Is Y still there?
Yeah, Y is just sitting there lost in thought right now.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Hi.
He doesn't even seem to register you. Like he's just serious pondering right now.
I think we're safe to leave him to his meditations or whatever he's doing.
I sit down next to him. I kind of just mimic his pose.
We shall be off, shall we?
Elmo, that's kind of rude, don't you think?
No, it actually works really well. Like, you just think so much clearer like this.
Really?
Yeah, try it. I'm serious.
To Nandor.
Okay.
Is your friend mocking him?
We just met him. I am not entirely sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I feel the power. Elmo, you're right. I can see
And-
clearly.
I'm just gonna whisper to Kane, and he's kind of an idiot.
I can count to 10 now.
Yeah. See.
You hear a from Y, and then he goes
I feel that.
Okay, hold on. So before we continue, Robert, why does it look like you're wearing like eyeliner?
I'm sexy.
Huh?
Because I'm sexy.
Oh, okay.
He's just that handsome.
Facts.
I don't know. Eyeliner is hot.
I mean,
He's not wrong.
It helps with the hood. You put the hood on, you put the eyeliner on, it just looks like there's
it's,
more dark.
yeah.
Welcome to the Black Parade starts playing in the background.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, as y'all sit there and try to meditate, mock meditate, we're gonna take a break right here. So it's a good little spot. Let some peeps go ahead and get your tea refills, go and hit the restroom, things like that, and we'll be back in 5 to 10 for the next half of this session.
Excellent. Thanks, Matt. We'll be back soon. And we're back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry.
Oh,
Hello, everybody.
There
Welcome
he
back. We're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna get back to episode 15 of Heathens and Heroes. Matt, go ahead and take it away.
all right. So, where we left off is our group meditating around. One lost in thought, Darrow named Y. As you know, Nandor is kind of whispering the group mechanics to Kain. Is where we pick up. So, what would y'all like to do?
All right. Wait. Well, we should go, right? We should go. We should be the. Yeah, let's go. I get up and kind of just resituate the pack on my back, and the owl comes flitting down and lands on my shoulder.
Where are you guys headed?
Where do you want to go? Let's go.
Wherever you're going, wherever this ruins that you were looking for, I think it was.
The gem.
Yes, I guess we can head over to the ruins now and see if we find this gem.
Lead the way. And that's Bardic Inspiration.
All right. So you did come in from this way, Kain, and they did tell you it would be continuing this way, and kind of gave you a series of kind of glyphs and things like that that are etched and hidden along the walls that will kind of point you in the direction of the ruins that you're searching for. So
They gave me these glyphs like on paper or something.
they would have described them to you, so if you wanted to have wrote them out on paper during that, you could have, so you know what to look out for.
Can I show the party these glyphs and see if anyone knows or has knowledge or anything like this?
Glyphs? Glyphs are my specialty. Not really, but I can look at them at least and tell you what they might say.
Yeah, can we all take a roll at it?
I would say right now probably only Einar would have any sort of chance with what his knowledge would be.
Is it Arcana?
No, it would be history.
Gotcha. What?
Standing in the water, and I'm gonna show him the glyphs.
The water feels nice and cool along your toes.
I love it. Do you know these glyphs? Oh, sleeveless one.
Actually, let me look at something quick.
Oh, and also, y'all, just in case you were curious, this is the Fool Kain.
Dope.
I wish I could show it. Again, it keeps cutting off the head of everything that we show on here.
It's
Porque?
okay, look, just imagine under the hood it's Robert. Just imagine that.
With a beard.
Just imagine a super badass dude, all right? And that's it.
That's already Robert. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude.
Right, that's
come on.
what I'm saying. Anybody who doesn't know Robert.
Yeah, don't have anything to add to that roll. So that's my
Yeah, I would say it looks like some variations of some old drow that you've seen, but you know, like a undercommon that they use offshoot, but it's not one that you've ever seen before. So
I say wait, and I hold my hand up, and I'm still in my meditative state.
God.
And I say, can I take a look at that?
You know Arcana, Gregor?
I don't know, but I will try to decipher it.
I slowly walk towards him with a look upon my face that says, "Fine," and then I just hand it to him.
Let's see. I see. Nope.
And
Nope.
no,
Nope.
okay.
Got nothing. Sorry.
Can I take a look at him?
His hand and walk back. Oh, okay.
So I can tell you this: it looks like Drow. It's almost identical in some ways, character-wise, to an old drow language. But unfortunately, I've never really seen this kind of language written down before. So it's probably really old, really ancient. But I mean, it's writing. So hey, if it was supposed to be hidden somewhere along the way, let's go find it.
To me. So the council said that these glyphs would be scribbled on walls. So if you guys could keep an eye out for that.
Can I sketch it down?
If the council says that they're scribbled on walls, then they're probably magical, right?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, just to be safe, I'm going to see if I can't help us out a little bit by using some magic of my own. Unfortunately, this will take me a minute to figure out. So I pull out a book and open it up like midway through, and I'm like, give me about 10 minutes or so, and then we can be on our way.
I can take a 10-minute break before we head off. I go.
I will.
Oh, there's a lady next to me.
She, during this, as you resume your meditative sit, Einar, and begin to pore through your ritual book. She kind of walks up and goes, "Oh, there's kind of a bit of flurry there. Name's Eldith. Good to meet you, Mr. Highwind, was it? Wait, no, I remember you said that's your dad, Kain."
I turn my head to her. Eldith, was it? Pleasure.
You gotta look down.
Yeah, and she's. Oh, you've got a nice deep voice, don't you? It reminds me so of the boys back home. It's good to have you around.
It's also good to have you around.
Oh,
And I
damn!
turn back to my meditative state.
Dude, he's got the moves.
I'm just gonna start exploring the area.
She turns around, like looking at y'all, and gives like the little double thumbs up, like yeah. And Nandor, go ahead and make me a investigation check as you just start to search around the area. And where are you looking? What was that?
Like, do I get anything off the history check? Because I rolled a 13 on the glyphs.
It looks like some variation of Undercommon.
Okay.
Can
Over
I
here.
now I don't want this, and this isn't canon per se yet, I guess, but hey, let's do this. I say wait one more time, right? I said let me take a look at that one more time.
Rolls.
Can I do a history check? I forgot to do that, sorry.
Go for it.
The one time you're not in a clutch.
No, I got nothing. I'm sorry. I thought it was there. I'm sorry.
I mean, Einar said it was drow, so you never mind. It's fine.
Wait.
Yes.
You know
Yes,
what? Let's just go. Let's go. It's time. We're moving past it now. Okay.
Use persuasion to ask Eldith whether or not she trusts these men.
Persuasion?
Or insight? I'm going to ask her that, and then I'm going to do insight.
Okay.
To see if
So,
she-
you kind of poke her, and you're like, "Hey, come over here. Talk to me for a second." And she flops down next to you and everything, and looks back at everybody. Kind of scratches her chin a little bit. Goes, well, so Kregor, the one with the horns and the helmet, he's good folk. He's got a good heart. You can definitely count on him for sure. Just because it's it's like that little brother of like 50 years who's just like wee little lad, and it's that little reliable innocence that he's got. It's very nice. You can rely on it for sure. Just maybe leave the complex plans to maybe Einar. Einar seems like he's right now the best for that. Ramos will always have your back. He's a strong old lad, a bit passionate, a little bit passionate, I'd say. But passionate about the right things, just passionate. And, well, Nandor is a
Say it.
good. Nandor's good people, although the last few days have been trying on all of us. So we've all seen a bit of the worst sides of each other over the last week, and I feel like Nandor kind of had the worst of it. So if you have to, maybe give him a little leeway if he seems a little short or distant. He also talks with a lady in his head all the time. So if he seems like he's having a one-way conversation, it's actually true. And the orc, well, no, I don't trust the orc at all.
To know. And why do these men have this orc?
Well, it's better to have another one in front of me whenever someone's getting hit.
A woman who takes care of herself. I like that. And then I resume my meditation after saying that.
She attempts to like lean against your back with her back, like just kind of sitting back to back, chilling with you for the moment.
And then I'll tell her, please, I require no touching when I meditate. Thank you.
See, the others kind of see her head drop a little bit as she kind of stands and walks and will snap. But Nandor, as this is going on, you're
Cool.
off on the side and searching amidst the glowing caps over here, and there are multiple mushrooms that release a pale orange white color uh, out of there, and it kind of gives it this almost translucent, veiny look to the mushroom cap itself. And as you get closer, you can feel the temperature rise in the area as well. And you can see in the very back, towards the base of the wall, there are these little cracks in the wall that seem to be releasing that heat as well. Um, but there are many of them here, and they seem to have basically a torch glow to it. So it's a nice light source. And as you're looking kind of along the base and around the area of this, uh, you do see that there is a what looks you kind of have a double take as it looks like there are two tongues sticking out of the base of one of the mushrooms, and you kind of like have a moment where you look at it, and they look very much like that pinkish red texture across the top, but the bottom is also very clearly like that mushroom lining interior. So they just look to be like mushrooms that just look like tongues, just two of them kind of growing out the base of those stalk.
All right. I'm just gonna nope. And walk away.
All right, all right.
I'm gonna walk up to Einar. So, yo, you almost done? You need help? What's up?
Literally, he just raises a finger. He's incanting out of the book. But yeah, he's just like,
And after a few moments, your 10 minutes passes of this incantation as you cast.
detect magic.
All right. And so for the next 10 minutes, within 30 feet of you, there's a bit of glowing, from any sort of magical bits that your party carries and things like that. You can see there are maybe one or two items off of Kain that also have faint glow. As I don't know if you saw Kain, but I updated your inventory. You've got 2 things in there. But yeah,
Does the glaive on Rames's back glow?
it does not.
Okay. So Nandor shines like a beacon. There's a little bit of light coming off of Kain and a little bit of light coming off of Kregor for sure. And I assume Ront and Aldith are both.
Ramos has a little bit as well, just not much.
How long have we been sitting here at this time?
About, including the conversation with the Society of Brilliance, y'all have probably been here about 20 minutes to a half hour.
Okay, I'm ready to go. My eyes right now are like covered in kind of this greenish glow and very much look like they're just a little more ethereal.
While he says that, I kind of snap out of what seemed to be somewhat the start of a trance, and something I've never been familiar with in the past, but tend to like this feeling a little bit more. I feel mildly rested from sitting there for that 20 minutes.
All right.
It is good. It is good.
Was that Robert?
So,
Everyone ready to
Does Y shine under detect magic?
he does not seem to. You can see there is like a small scroll case at his side that has a little bit of a faint glimmer to it, but that seems to be the only thing on him. And he is at this point actually like half nodding and like kind of rolling head back and forth. Eyes still open, but he's just kind of like,
Gotcha. All right, let's go.
And while we're going, I kind of give him a slap on the back and say, "Thanks for everything, man. Really do appreciate it."
he kind of starts up, goes, looks over and sees Einar kind of making his way away. Then once again goes into, that's right.
Oh boy. He has to get back on us with that, by the way. Like eventually. Like he could use send message or something. Just let us know.
All right, so y'all begin to make your way out of, you, Kain, leading the way, kind of having that first initial direction to be pointed in, of y'all heading out this northern passage. And Kain, Robert, welcome to the travel tunnel, where you do all your little travel guides, hands and feet inside the tunnel at all times.
Where I swear we've seen that rock like 6 times before in the past, but they all kind of look the same.
Everything
Do
looks
we pass a little chasm in the ground like this one before?
Guys, don't pay attention to details. The DM's gonna kill us. I mean, sorry, God. What?
No, it's actually more like whenever you're traveling through Arizona, and it's just like, I swear I've been here before, but everything just looks the same. All right. So, as y'all begin to make your traveling through, who is going to be up in the lead? Kain, are you going to take the front of the? Yeah.
It's my journey, my quest. I feel like I need to take the front, so I'm taking the front. If there's going to be a death, it'll be on my hands.
I'll walk right.
It'll be me if it happens.
I'll walk right behind him.
I'll walk right behind him, sir. I got the whole glowing eyes thing going, so also it's a good view.
Okay.
All right. Then, Kane, I would like you to roll me a survival since you are leading the way right now.
Normal roll?
Unless anyone's helping.
Sure. I'll help you.
So you can use advantage.
Well,
Okay. So y'all begin to make your way through these tunnels, trying to find any sort of recognition, any symbols, anything like that that sticks out. And so you keep ahead. And Kane, you've been traveling in the Underdark mostly on your own for a little while now. And so you've learned how to travel incognito, avoiding large things by yourself. But now you've got this kind of party behind you as well. So every now and then you find yourself a little distracted and being like, all right, where is everyone? Do I got to make sure that no one's dying? So you seem a little bit between the two, but you feel confident and on track. And as you're going, Einar, towards the very end of your 10 minutes, you see this faint little glow of something on the wall, just kind of as y'all are coming around a corner. And as you start to look towards it, the detect magic fades. But you saw the faint glow of something just before it did.
I'll pat Kane on the shoulder and I'll be like, oh, over there, over there, over there. I saw it. My spell's worn off, but I saw it. I'm staring right at it, and I'm not going to take my eyes off it until you're close to it so that I remember where it is. And then I stare intently at the wall a ways ahead of us.
Longingly.
I'm going to walk towards that wall where he's staring at.
All right. Make me an investigation.
I was gonna ask if I could help. Well,
I was going to say, does he get advantage because I'm like guiding him as he goes along?
I will say with that. So just roll me another at normal, and we'll take the higher. Kane. All right. So you get down there and you start to look at it at this section of wall, and a lot of it kind of just looks like cracks in the walls. It looks like small little fissures and the natural grooves that you've gotten so used to seeing being down here. But as you kind of filter and then move a little to the left and then move a little to the right, you come across these small indentations. And you can see that the symbol that is placed in there is one of the three symbols that you see on the piece of paper that you've written for the glyphs that are kind of pointing in the right direction. So you at least know that you're on the right track. It's faded, it's really worn out. It looks to be like a spiral that is encapsulated in a circle that has these small little four dashes at the edge of it, almost like a reticle or a target. But
We call Ainor over. Ainor, look. It's one of the glyphs. You got some good eyes on you.
Well, magic. It helps. It helps.
It sure does. We must be on the
Unfortunately, unless I cast that spell again, which will take me another 10 minutes to do, I'm not going to be able to see the upcoming one. So we'll be back to regular eyes. But hey, at least we can remember where this one is. And then if we lose our way, we can't find the next one, we can come back here, start from here, and I can use the spell again. I mean, I could use it again anyway, but then we'd have to stand here for 10 minutes, and that just seems boring.
We will move forward. We will keep an eye out on the walls just in case our normal human eyes can find indentations on the wall. So we don't have to rely on the glow rather than, carvings, I guess.
Good plan, Kane. I like how you think. Also, how you look. Mostly how you think for right now.
I turn to everyone else. I'm like, everyone, look at the walls. If there's carvings on the walls, let me or Einor know, please. Thank you.
Do we all roll, or do we all just kind of like feel the wall like fucking angel?
So you all just start walking through, like a couple of blind folk, just constantly feeling each side of the wall, like half the party on one side, half the party on the other, No. But I will just say, I'll
Hold on,
have.
Matt. 1 second. Hey, Robert. You kind of sound low sometimes, my guy.
How's
Like
it better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. Like you sound like this.
Okay, sorry. I kept it low so my face shows, but I'll be down here now.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
It's all good. Quick question. I'm half elf, so I have like night vision. Does that help? So instead of touching walls, I could just see, or no?
Yeah, the only one who actually is technically blind down here is
the buff boy.
Ramos. Yeah.
Hi.
It's all good.
Everyone else has dark vision, so for y'all, it's like seeing, in shades of black and white, and not completely crisp detail, but definitely still visible for being no light down here.
Okay, cool. So everyone except Ramos, keep an eye out on the walls.
I'm just here for protection.
It's all good. We'll point you where you need to go.
What I'll do is I'll have two of y'all go ahead and roll perception with advantage while y'all are, traveling and looking. So whichever two of you want to roll, that is up to y'all.
Perception. Okay,
Yes.
And I don't suggest I do it. I'll say that right now.
Kain, why don't you do it?
Perception?
With advantage.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Nice.
Not 20.
it
So-
is.
That's 20.
Throw those nat 20s in the
It's your
chat.
first fucking night. What the fuck?
I'm
Wait.
handsome.
That does help.
Remember how
I think
your
Gregor
rolls went
did
for
too,
your
right?
first night?
You mean the one roll that I needed at the last second?
Kain Highwind, baby.
All right. So then, keeping that in mind, with that solid nat 20 and a 19, y'all head forward into the caves, looking deeper for these extra markings. And as y'all are traveling, Dawn reaches out to you, Nandor.
What's up?
Goes, so, what's with this new guy? I hear him, but not having vision kind of doesn't let you read as much.
Can I project an image of his face and his demeanor?
What do you make of him?
He's fine so far. He hasn't crossed us at all. He's been genuine. We're just helping him right now. So I think we should be fine for now.
All right. I've just got a bad feeling about this area.
Okay. Well, I'll stay sharp. And then I'll talk to the rest of them and tell them the same thing, that Don has a bad feeling about this. And I'll also tell Kain.
All right. So, y'all a little more wary, keeping an eye out, keeping your eyes on the walls. Head deeper into these tunnels for now what feels like about an hour of just this searching, kind of backtracking a moment, thinking you saw one, but being like, nope, until you get to another section where you can see your second glyph that matches the other one. It looks almost like a spider, a base with these 8 limbs coming off of it, but instead of the pointed normal legs that you would expect of a spider, it seems to be almost wavy like tentacles and things like that. But it matches one of the glyphs that you've got on your pages, so you continue on following after, kind of giving a little point out to the rest. And you all push further in. And as you travel, you all start to notice this silence as there's just the echoing of your footsteps surrounding you.
I asked Dawn if she feels like any other presence around us besides us.
Sorry, who is Dawn?
You don't hear this.
That's his sword.
You don't hear this. It is in my head.
Well, you're saying that in your head, not out loud. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like
whispering.
sword.
So go ahead and roll me a d20 plus 2 for Dawn's perception.
Plus 2?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait. I forgot the roll. Wow. Hold on.
It's not like Twitch. You can't just do the,
I know,
you know.
I know. Can't make it. Okay.
Can't make it easy on us.
For real, dude.
I mean, one day they'll get those integrations.
Oof.
Not bad.
Okay. There's a brief pause, and then she gets back to you with, it's not quite a presence or a figure that I feel, more of a sense of wrong and watching.
Okay.
And as she says this,
Oh no.
you all can hear in the distance this faint sound, this look like, I don't know if you've ever had the doors in the house that catch the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's someone almost kind of screeching or yelling. But it's also wind as it just kind of begins to pick up in the distance. And then it gets a little bit louder, and then a little bit louder as you are all hit with this cold wind.
Uh-oh.
And as you can all hear this loud ringing. And mixed with it, there's this bit of this series of whispers and voices. And I need everybody to make me a charisma save.
Oh no.
I'll go ahead and take care of Ront and Eldith for y'all.
Thank you. Saving throw, right?
Yes.
Charisma?
Yeah.
It's on the left side.
Cool.
At the very, very bottom.
Nice.
Man, I should have lucky.
Fuck.
Is that one an auto fail? Or is it not technically an auto fail?
It is a critical fail, but if you are at the point where your modifiers would still pass the DC, I would allow that. So
I rolled a fucking 2. Are you serious?
I rolled a 1 with a +7, man.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a 10.
I'm just debating if I want to add my bonus to this or not, my ability to this or not. But
If it wasn't for the -1, I would have had 10. So
Okay, I hate to be this guy for my fucking self, but does Dawn also have to do this or no?
she does not for this one.
Okay, cool.
So everybody except for Kragor, Kain, and Eldith, I would like you to roll me a D100.
Oh boy. Hold on, let me see which one it is. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. There it is. I should really number these. Yeah, it's a 96. I know. Shit happens.
Wait, you said everyone except for me and Kane, right? Yeah.
Ramos,
Big
go ahead
trust.
and roll for Ront as well, if you don't mind. All right. Okay, so what happens is as this cold wind goes by everybody and passes through, and you're all kind of left in the wake of it, you see Nandor kind of sway for a moment and then drop unconscious.
Fuck.
As he does so, Einar, for you, the ceiling, the walls around you all begin to kind of breathe and shift and shape. And you just have this brief moment of where it looks like you are trapped in the middle of a purple worm or some sort of large creature that you were just stuck on the insides of it. And as this is going on, Ramos and Ront just kind of begin to just start mumbling and babbling to each other as they just start going off about nothing coherent.
Can I have Don wake me the fuck up?
Don has this moment of pause before Krigor and Einar, you both hear, as well as Eldith, her voice calling out to y'all, going, something's wrong, you won't wake up! And Kain, this would be your first time hearing this voice too in your head. This strong, feminine, yet also now scared voice.
Quietly say, "What the hell was that?"
Smart man.
Okay. Is anybody else noticing that the walls look like they're moving? Because it feels like we're inside of something right now, and I might throw up. I also might scream. I also might just start shooting at the walls with fireballs. So, are the walls moving?
Since I'm next time, I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing at all, Elmo.
Grab it.
Drool's coming out of my mouth.
Nothing's
Okay.
happening.
Okay. In that case, I need you to slap me. Not hard, just slap me.
Wait, is it like, or like? Okay, there you go.
One's on the shoulder, the other is
Just beating the shit out of him.
just one slap.
Does that help?
So you sit there and you start like breathing, you feel the sting of it, you're staring at it, and as a minute passes, the walls start to take their shape once more. Ramos, Ront, you can start to feel your tongues actually forming proper words. And Nandor, you start to slowly wake up as if from a heavy, heavy sleep. And as y'all do, I would like as y'all do, I would like Ramos and Nandor to roll me one more D100.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, 66. Okay. All right. So then, yeah. So for the moment, y'all wake up, and I will send you, Ramos and Nandor, something. So, what would you like to do?
Fuck.
What are you gonna send?
Fuck. Don't. Just, oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
What do we do?
Okay. Cool. That works for me. Especially me.
What am I looking for?
Check your DMs on.
Okay. I appreciate that, Kain. That was great. Quality slapping. Next time, a little bit harder. Other cheek too. And tell me that you love me.
I don't know what he said, and I just nod at him because I'm confused. But I ask everyone, is everyone okay? Because I feel bad that I'm putting everyone through this.
It's part of the game.
Oh, me? Yeah, I'm fine. Whatever.
Cool.
I'm good.
Shit. Shit.
I turn around and I look back towards the back of the party. I'm like, Eldith? Eldith, you okay?
Oh yeah, don't worry about me. I was just a little spooked.
Okay, fair, fair. I also was spooked.
Should we just press forward, or do you guys need a minute?
I'm good.
Sure. Why not?
Sure, why not stay or move forward? I asked
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just do whatever you want. If you want
My
my opinion, we could keep moving.
my character senses that he hates it here.
But right now, yeah. You know, there is growth happening, but something happened. So. Back to step one.
I
Move forward.
I yell onward, like really loud.
Onward!
Turn and look at him like as if to say, "What the fuck?"
The room's on fire. I'm just sitting at the table going, this is fine. This is fine.
I've only been with them a little bit longer than you, so it's just as awkward for me. But let's just keep moving forward. I have no idea what that was, but it was powerful and probably very dangerous. So eyes sharp. Let's find that third sigil.
Press forth.
All right. So y'all continue on, a little shaken but not stirred, as you begin to look out for this last sigil that kind of marks the direction to where you go. And as y'all are traveling about 10, 20 minutes into this travel, Einar and Kregor, the two of you can occasionally hear this little bit of like rattle, or sounds like something kind of shaking, and you're like, where does this keep coming from? And you both notice that every now and then Ramos has this like just this uncontrollable tremor that and he's kind of holding one hand down as well, and you can see the hands are a bit shaky as he travels, but he's still got his eyes forward, the same intentness that he did before. Now occasionally you hear this slight of just kind of him shifting.
I noticed this since I'm kind of close to him, ish.
What's your passive perception? With the 12, you would notice that as well, yeah.
I kind of like stop in my tracks and I kind of slowly turn to Ramos, and I kind of look at him and just say, "Is everything okay?" In a caring voice, not in a shifty voice.
I
fine.
gently take a step to the side and back and look over at Ramos as well.
And I'm kind of just walking closer to him, concerned.
I walk forward. Everything okay, man? You seem to be a little shaken, not stirred.
I'm fine.
Can I use my insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Go ahead and roll me an insight.
Normal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 6.
God.
Don't fucking lie to me.
Fucking tell me the truth.
So Say, and correct me if this is wrong, Ramos, but what you're probably seeing as, he kind of is looking at you and everything, there's a bit of frustration behind it and nervousness as, physically he feels fine, he looks fine, he hasn't like taken any damage or anything like that, but you can tell that whatever is wrong with him is frustrating as well, but he's trying to hold it down and keep it, on the low.
I use persuasion to gently and nurturingly persuade him to tell me what's going on.
What do you say? What do you say?
Ramos. I put my hand on his shoulder. Ramos. It's okay. You can tell me what's wrong.
Are you gonna caress his cheek too?
No. But
We're not there yet. We're only at shoulder stage.
As Kain does that, though, I kind of lead or go with his lead, and I caress his cheek,
Action of love.
and I say, "It's okay."
You're safe now.
Persuasion check?
Well, this is player to player, so
Oh, sick.
I swear I feel fine. I just
Okay.
don't know.
Well, because your hand is twitching a little. Don't know if you noticed that. And you're kind of shaking a bit.
Not
And
I kind
so,
of move my head to look past Ramos towards Nandor and Kragor, as if to say, "You guys want to jump in and help me out? Your friend is shaking, but he says he's fine. Come get your man."
Come get your boy.
Yeah.
Your boy's hand is shaking. Come get your man's.
I'm over here just like in deep conversation with fucking with Don. It's like, so what kind of breakfast would you eat on? Just like not even.
So I.
Attention! I tell Ramos, is your guy talking to a sword right here?
Yes, he does that.
Okay, interesting bunch.
I kind of grab Ramos's hand that's twitching, extend it, and kind of look at it like what you do notice that this is going on, right, Ramos?
I did not notice I was doing this. I feel fine. I feel 100%.
Well, 100%. I mean, to me, I feel like you would notice something like that going on. Is there anything I can do to help you right now?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel fine, guys.
Guys, maybe we should take a rest. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think that might be wise.
I think it's a good idea. I think you got a good idea there, Kragor. I think we should take a little bit of a rest. We should just kind of let's calm down. We had the eerie sound. We had the little breeze. I thought the cave was eating us. We should take a rest, take a break, deep breaths, and figure out what's going on here.
Walk over to Minor and I say, maybe if this is 10 minutes or longer, perhaps you should meditate your eyes once more so we can find this last cliff and finish what we're doing before another incident occurs.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. Also,
I walk away.
I think there's possibly a thing going on with them too.
You're probably correct. And I walk away.
Good talk, Kain. You and I, we're gonna get along just fine. I look over at Kragor. I go, I don't think he likes me.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
Oh boy.
Right. Just glowing from that compliment I gave you earlier, I see.
It really went to my head. I'm so hard. I had an idea. You have no idea how big this is for me.
Well, let's all just take a few minutes. Let's sit down, get comfortable. Anybody need water? Water, anyone? Water?
Yeah, I'll take some water.
I'll hand the flask around. And then I'm gonna go to my book.
I take a little bit of water. This time I walk over here by this rock and I sit down. And I'm hoping and I'm waiting. Somebody does something. Goodbye.
While we're resting, yeah, I kind of look over at Kain. I'm like, oh gosh, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna go try this meditation out one more time. So I meditate.
I'm gonna signal Eldith over, and when she gets over, I'm gonna just lean in and I'm gonna whisper to her. I'm gonna be like, "Should probably make sure that they can't like run off or anything. I don't know what's going on with Ramos here, but I'm a little nervous. I just don't, I mean, like, he's got a big axe, and now he's got a glaive, and that could be bad news. So,
Well, if you want, I can hog tie him. We've had a bit of practice with that over, this time that I've been with the group.
I mean, I don't have to bring last night into this here, Eldith, but, it's just...
Well, I learned some good knots, I might as well put them to use.
Okay, all right. Later, okay? Let's just, not with the hog tying. Let's just make with the, like, casual conversation, keep them busy, and just block them from running away.
Oh, okay. And as you're, saying this, Ront actually walks over to you, Ramos, and it's just kind of like makes a little motion with his head to take a step back.
I swear I'm fine. It's okay, Ron.
Prove it to me.
How do you suppose I do that?
He takes a few more steps and draws his sword.
Is that how we're doing this now?
I've seen warriors with a problem like that before. They are cast off.
I'm not like those warriors.
I slowly walk towards this situation brewing.
Then come, prove it.
I'm just gonna not even kind of chilling, minding my own business, not giving a single amount of fucks.
I draw the battle axe.
All the fucks, and I move closer.
All right.
I see that. I assume I see this going on.
Yeah.
And I kind of look at all this and I go, you know what? The hog tying might not be a bad idea, really.
I don't want to fight you, Ron, but if this is what it comes to, then I'll prove I am fine.
That is all I ask. So he takes up stance across from you and then just kind of lifts up the hand for the...
Roll initiative?
Hold on, we fighting Ron right now?
I mean, can we be clear? Is he like looking like they're gonna like training fight? Like, is this like a sparring?
Yeah, Ron
thing?
doesn't have like the look of like, you disgust me, I'm like angry at you type thing. It's more of a test your mettle type of look.
Test your might.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fight to the death? Because I was about to be like, persuasion.
Hey, buddy, no, put the axe down. It's okay.
It's like he goes first.
All right. So you take up stance and get ready to charge him. And as you do, you feel your leg kind of just give that quiver. And as it does, he runs forward to make his 2 attacks against you.
Hold on, let me move myself out of here.
Oh yeah, now he would. Now he'd roll that.
All right. So 1 comes in as he catches you off guard and just shoof, right across the leg that tremors, and then comes back up as you bring down your axe. And as he does, he kind of makes a motion with his eyes towards the leg, just kind of like giving the silent "I saw that" to you. And then it's your turn.
You like brush off of him, and then I'm gonna, or like push him back with like my shoulder, and then I'm gonna swing my great axe.
All right.
Oh shit.
Now it's fun.
Roll again with disadvantage.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Oof.
Yeah, that's more like it.
All right. So you come down, and as you do, you can kind of feel your back and your, just whole chest area sort of like seize and lock, and it catches you in place. And Ront, who's going to block, just kind of stops and then just looks at you. As he does, anything else for you?
I'm gonna do this right now. While this is going on, it's like, hey, Dawn, you haven't seen light recently, so here, as like, activator, and then light.
All right. So as dawn lights up, and Kain, you hear the faint, almost lightsaber sound of. There is sudden daylight up to about 60 feet, radiating from where Nandor is holding Dawn, kind of facing away. And as you get caught in that swing, Ramos, you feel the warmth of that heat across your, or that light across your back. Was there anything else you wanted to do on your turn as well?
I got nothing.
All right. So Ront is then going to use an action to try and basically foot under your, or leg behind your leg, and push you back and onto the ground. So I need a opposed athletics roll from you, and yours is at disadvantage, sir. All right. So luckily, you manage to, as he goes to push you back, you just lock up and you use your battle axe or great axe to push him back, and instead he's the one who falls down, just kind of onto his ass, looking up at you as it comes to your turn, and he just kind of gruffs like a, "Huh, at least you still have some strength."
I have more strength than you ever know.
That very quiet. Oh snap!
Then I gesture him to get up.
He stands and kind of brushes himself off a little bit.
I look over at Kain as he gives that quiet, oh snap, and I go, shh, trying to concentrate.
I'm gonna roll to have one more swing just to disarm him.
Okay. Make me an attack roll with your disadvantage.
Close.
14 hits, actually.
Oh, okay. Bet. Oh no. Okay. I thought you froze up for a second.
I just have statue face.
Gotcha.
So just roll me damage. I know you're going to disarm, but just so I can have. Excellent. So you bring it down as he stands up and goes to get back into position, and as he does, you hit the sword right at the hilt guard, causing his arm to thrust forward and him to lose grip as the sword clatters across the ground.
Told you I still have a lot of strength.
He kind of looks down at the sword, looks up at you. You still may have some strength, but I saw, so I will be keeping an eye on you. But you are at least better than the elderly in my clan, so you can stay in the fight for now.
I reach for an arm to grab and pull him up.
He takes it as he, gets his sword and everything, and then looks over at you three who have been kind of watching, and then kind of arches a brow, seems to notice he's being watched, and stiffly turns and walks away.
I can't do the people's eyebrow or the people's eyebrow.
All right. So for the rest of you,
glance over. I kind of glance sideways over towards Kain, and I go, "God, would you make some noise? I can't concentrate with all the silence going on."
I look at Einor and I say, "You got your glowy eyes yet?"
We're working on it. Takes a little bit. Gosh, jeez. I mean, can't do it while you're looking.
Go away. Over here. I plop next to Gregor, and I just sit in silence.
The sound of silence.
So you tell me when 10 minutes is up.
All right.
How
So y'all. I was gonna say, how long were y'all planning to rest here? Were you gonna do the 10 minutes and then go, or what was y'all's plan?
Yeah. Wait,
much.
no, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
up to
it's
the-
basically 10 minutes and then go, yeah. I mean, the objective, the hope is that after 10 minutes, we'll see if there's something affecting these two. But at the very least, once 10 minutes is up, we can start walking and find the other sigil that we're looking for.
All right. So then you all kind of, wait these 10 minutes, each in your own little kind of respective corners. Dawn having a little conversation that's kind of a lot of, I don't know, I haven't eaten in so long. I don't know what this would be like. Oh, I don't know. But you're starting that train of thought for her as she starts to kind of imagine things that she never thought of before, until the 10 minutes passes and you all see, those with your eyes open, see the shift of Einar's eyes go from their natural colors to that faint green energy.
And so I'm going to look over at Ramas first. Anything different about him?
Doesn't really seem to be anything that glows that wasn't there before.
This is
And
arms.
then over towards Nendor.
You gotta pay for that OnlyFans to see.
Nandor just glows his usual radiant amount with Dawn and the rest of his items.
And anything on anyone else? Otherwise, anything on the walls around us?
Not directly around you, no.
Well, I'm ready to keep moving. So, if everybody's ready, let's keep moving.
Ready.
I'm ready.
I'm still stuck in a trance. No one's moved me out yet.
I walk over to him and say, "Hey," kind of give a very light kick in the foot. You ready to go?
And I say very clearly and almost with intention, just, yes.
I was born ready.
my arm out, pick him up, and say, "Nice," and walk away.
All right.
Someone get Nandor.
Ront, and I put my hand on his shoulder and I just look at him and say, "You good?"
Alright, smack him.
I'm a peaceful monk.
Nandor, wake up.
I'm awake. What the fuck?
Okay. Well, I mean,
Smack
come on,
him.
let's go.
Smack him.
You smack me?
Yes.
I grab his hand right when he does it, because I'm just so concentrated right now. I say, not today.
Didn't you get rid of that cloth that you had?
What's that?
Didn't you get rid of the cloth that you had for your helmet?
No, I believe it's still in there. I'm pretty sure it's there.
I'm still gonna smack him.
And again, I grab his arm and say, not today.
Can we roll?
I think we're gonna roll past it as, as you know, like you look back behind your shoulder and like they're, you know, the two kids that are like, you know, flailing at each other.
Don't make me turn this car around.
As you know, Ront kind of looks you over, Kain, for a moment, looks over his shoulder, and goes, "Ramos is good. I do not want to see him go down. And if he dies here because of you, you will not make it with your gin." And then he begins to take a few steps forward.
My boy.
But so one by one, y'all kind of get together and then begin to continue your way through these tunnels. With Einar, you kind of staying towards the front once more, keeping your glowing eyes on a nice 30-foot radius. And you all travel for a little while until you can see towards the edge of your vision once more a glow beginning to come into effect, slightly larger than the one you had seen before. But you know, now on your left as you're going, and as you get closer, you know, still got about a minute left on your detect magic. You can see that the section of the wall that y'all are coming to, it transitions from natural cavern into worked cavern as it, you know, makes a almost seamless transition into architecture. And what you see for your glowing piece is what looks to be like the cat, or not cat, I don't know why I thought cat, the spider that Highwind had pointed out before, except this time it contains that spiral in its abdomen and it stretches out into the edges of the abdomen, kind of becoming those tentacle like legs, and those legs themselves stretch over a flat, smooth door that this large glyph is etched onto.
Found it.
I walk towards Einor. Where?
It's right up here. It's right up here. See it? See it? See it right there?
Nice.
And I pointed out on the door. I'm like, see? Oh, it's all three of them this time. Definitely radiating magic. Just a forewarning, that could be a bad thing. And then I proceed to take several steps back.
something to check if there's traps or anything like that on the door?
Go ahead and make me a investigation. Also, Einar, because of detect magic, nice, Kain. You can see that it is abjuration for the type of thing.
Magic.
Yes.
Does anyone know what this means? Is it safe?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. 1 second.
And while he remembers, you looking over the door and kind of going through it, you get up close to the symbol itself, not yet touching the door, just in case. And as you're going through, you can see.
Wait. Okay. I realize what kind of magic this is. And usually it's used in some sort of wards or protective glyphs or things like that. So there's a good possibility that the glyph itself is actually going to explode in your face. So, before you touch anything, and I take several more steps back.
Explode in my face. Okay. Well,
It's just a possibility. I really don't know.
I take several steps back, grab a rock, and I throw it at it.
No, before he throws a rock, I'm gonna give him one of those flash grenades, essentially.
I don't
Okay.
accept a flash grenade.
Well, then I'll
Wait.
fucking chuck.
An actual flash grenade?
It looks like a small
Crystal.
broken off piece of crystal shard, but as you look at it, you can see there's almost looks like a small fire within the shard that is glowing.
And what does this do exactly? Is it exactly like a flashbang?
Pretty much, yeah.
So I politely say no, thank you, and throw
I
the
chuck
rock.
it at it,
Son of a bitch!
and I look away as soon as I throw it.
I
Well,
go, what the?
welcome to the group.
So you have that moment of like, oh no, whoa shit, and the crystal fires and emits a bright radiance. And as it does, you hear this secondary as 20 feet from the damn wall, fucking was out of words. 20 feet from the wall is just this large explosion of electric thunder that just radiates outward.
Can I use Thunderwave to push it back?
Say what?
I use Thunderwave to push it back.
Well, I imagine y'all were in a far enough back that it didn't hit y'all, because there's just not enough space on here for y'all to step back. Unless you were wanting to be closer, in which case, yeah, you can try and use a spell slot to push it back. But you all have that brief moment of, kind of going mop as the echoing sound fades, and you can see the faint crackling lightning marks that scorch the door now, and the glow that you had seen a moment before, Einar, is faded.
Cool. Looks safe now. Good job, guys. Thumbs up.
Slowly walk towards it and place my hand on what I assume is a handle.
And I go back to just like looking around, not paying attention.
All right. And so whenever you were looking over the door before, you were called back, you had seen where the seam was at the very center of the door, but it didn't look like there were any sort of handles on it. It just looks like a straight stone slab. But you do see now, kind of looking back over, sort of blown away by that glyph that was on there. There is a little bit of etching in that similar runic style that you had seen before that was given to you on the paper. You're unsure of what it says, but it does seem to be a phrase. Or at least long enough to be a phrase.
Am I able to read this?
What languages do you know?
It should tell you on your character sheet.
Trying to find the area.
Attributes and go down.
There it is. Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
Unfortunately, you are unable to make heads or tails of the language that they use.
Damn.
Still not paying attention. So
I go up to
As
him
he's
and I use persuasion. Hey man, you want to come take a look at these glyphs and see if you could read them?
what?
You want to
Oh.
come take a look at these glyphs?
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Is it dwarvish?
It is not.
Nope. Don't know shit. Bye.
Grumble.
Great. I'll take a look if you want, Kain.
Please. The sooner we go in, the sooner we find the gem, the sooner we can leave.
I will take a look at these.
Thank you.
All right. So looking across it, you can definitely see some trace elements of undercommon in there, but it seems like there are parts of it that are in another almost coded text as well that you can't quite make out, but you do get faint bits of faint traces of undercommon as like the base in there. But just kind of looking over it, because you can't see what the other half is, it's almost just kind of like letters that pop up. Doesn't seem to make a full word.
See, I can't see what the other half of it is because of the fact that it's in this other language, or because it's like faded.
It looks like it could be another language, or even like a series of symbols meant to constitute a language. It almost like a code or a cipher that's mixed in there.
Okay. I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out of my pack a bit of chalk and tear a couple pages out of my book, not my ritual book, the other one that I have with me. And I'm going to take rubbings of all these sigils.
All right. Easily enough done for you.
And then I'm going to just be like, I mean, again, undercommon somewhat in there, but these other symbols just don't make any sense. It's like they've written it in code or something. I mean, who does that? Unless there's a lock on the door that's related to the code, or maybe the door just pushes open, or maybe you pull it.
So are you showing off this rubbing to everybody else as well?
Yep, I'll show it to everyone.
Okay.
When I walk towards the door, place my hand on it to see if it's safe. And I'm like,
nothing happens.
I'll
So,
push.
all right. Make me an athletics.
Nice. Athletics. Shit.
So you push against it, and it like moves the barest of inches, just enough that you get like a little puff of that old dust and sediment in between the doors. And it's just like, and as you push, and everyone kind of looks over the rubbings that you've got, Einar, Kregor, you find that you recognize the other half of these symbols. It is a form of thieves' cant that is actually kind of been modified to fit and flavor in with Undercommon versus the other surface languages that they have.
Let me take a look at this, and I'm gonna kind of investigate what it says as well, or what kind of check should I do on that? Or I guess I already understand, right?
Yeah, you already understand. It kind of takes you a moment because you have to, recall some information. You're like, okay, this means this. This is okay. But you kind of go through a little bit, and you see that it says the bestiary of House Zorlaren.
The bestiary of House Zarlon? Is that what you said?
Zorlion.
Zorlion.
I'll write it in.
I appreciate it.
Or lion.
Zorlaren. I recognize this. This is the bestiary of Zorlaren.
What does that mean?
Wait.
As you
Which
say-
symbol means bestiary?
As you say the words Zorlaren, though, you hear this of kind of the door releasing and opening as it shifts open, showing a small, rickety wood and spider silk bridge that gives y'all familiarity as you find yourself looking over a large chasm of about 100 feet, and this bridge heading out to a set of stalactites that have been remade into whatever this bestiary is. And as you all kind of look out over this chasm, that's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh.
My God, I was about to run that.
Full speed ahead. Well, that was fantastic. Good way to end it, of course. It just means that next week's episode is going to be packed full of action, I can already tell. Oh, boy.
Alec, don't even worry about it, dog.
Well, guys, like Matt said, that's going to do it for episode 15 of Heathens and Heroes. Before we go, though, I want to give a big thank you to our guest today, and looks like possibly for the next couple episodes at least, Mr. Robert Highwind. Let's go ahead and clap it up for Mr. Robert Highwind. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy to have you, buddy.
Thanks for inviting me. This has been a blast.
Well, it's only going to get better from here, buddy, so keep an eye out for that. Robert, before we go, we usually do, as you may know, we do a roundtable, just kind of talk about what we got going on, any words that you want to say to the crowd. So since you are our guest, I'll let you go first. What's going on with you? Where can people find you?
I'm proud. I have not a lot to say except thank you for having me, you beautiful people. Please go follow these people on all socials and Twitches. And that's it.
Okay. Well, that's very nice of you. We're happy to have you, of course, and thank you for the kind words. Guys, we do want to shout out that you can find Robert Highwind on twitch.tv/Robert Highwind. That's what we want to say, at least. We are happy to have you. You're a great friend to us, and thank you again. Can't wait to see you next week. We'll start with Matt today. Matt, what do you got going on?
Oh, let's see. So our YouTube is a little bit behind right now. DaVinci Resolve, the program that I use to create our YouTube videos, likes to fight with me during the rendering process. But I have them all set aside, so I will hopefully have them up shortly, so you can watch this episode when we put it there, as well as the previous one once I get that up. Also, tell your friends that tomorrow we're going, and the day after we do our shows now, we're we're going to try and start doing a rerun during the day. So whatever you missed of our episode today, you can catch it tomorrow, sometime midday. We're still going to hash out the details on that. Aside from that, I have my game on Monday with the Rising Storms, and I appreciate all the love on the channel, appreciate the love here. Saw that gifted sub earlier, so thank you, Owl, for that, and stay awesome.
Thank you, Matt. Ramos, you got anything going on? Mr. Troy? Mr. Doomed Atlas?
I've been away this week. Kind of take a break. Kind of just wanted to relax a little bit, recoup. But more streaming will be coming this week for sure. Don't know what's coming up yet. Still in spooky season, so we'll see how this goes. But again, thank you to everyone. Tonight was awesome. Thank you to Robert Highwind, of course. Man came in and has now added a new dynamic. It's awesome. We love it. Again, thank you, my good sir. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, without you guys, we're nothing. So thank you and much love.
Nice words as always, Troy.
Troy.
Esteban, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah. For one, thank y'all for subbing, gifting subs, being here. Constantly going the extra fucking mile for us. Constantly. What else? Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Once we hit that, how many subscribers is it? 100? And we'll get our.
I think so, yeah.
Once we hit 100 subscribers, we get our own link, personal link that we could use to, just send y'all there. If you ain't following Robert Highwind, go fucking do it. Seriously, dude's hilarious. It's a bunch of goofs all the time, even though I yell at him. He's great. I love him. If you guys aren't following Doom_Atlas, Cracker T23, Hobbs and Mod, or even Aaron Guard, go do that. Seriously, by all means. Today was fun. Yeah, love you guys. So thank you for everything again.
As always. Mr. Lucas, do you have anything you want to say, please?
Let's see here. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to as everybody else has mentioned, thank you so much, Robert, for joining us. If you're not following Robert, you're doing it wrong. Go follow him. He's amazing. He's incredible. He's so much fun to watch. Just like all of these guys. So Reaper just ran through them, but I'm going to go over them one more time. Twitch.tv/Robert Highwind, Cracker T23, Doomed_Atlas, Hobbs and Mods, and of course, Reaper's Past. Shout out to Reaper's Past in the chat, please, if we can. Thank you.
8 times.
Why?
And thank you guys so much for being here, for hanging out with us, for watching us do the show. It means so much to us, and we definitely look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
For sure. Thank you for that. As for me, guys, yeah, I mean, just kind of everything's day to day for me, trying to keep it up and trying to keep up with my streaming game, but of course work is always getting to me. But as far as the show goes today, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I mean, it blows me away that we have such a supportive community. All of our friends, thank you guys so much for being here. Every time we start the show and just hanging out, chatting, having a good time. This is what it's all about. We just want to have a good time with you guys, and it's apparent that we're all there doing it. So thank you so much. Next week, I'm not sure, were we planning Wednesday or Saturday, or do we have any idea?
Yeah, Wednesday.
I know my Saturday also opened up, so if we did want to try and do Saturday again, we could.
Can't.
But okay, then that
So
makes it
Wednesday
easy.
it
So
Well,
Wednesday.
keep an eye out on our Twitter. We'll let you guys know when we're gonna go live, and that's the best way to find out. But until then, guys, thank you so much. Stay strong. Journey on. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.